Hi, I'm Drew, a drag queen living in LA with my husband Curtis, my dog JB, and a mesothelioma billboard very close to my house.
They're going to find you, Drew. That's how they find you,
Yeah,
the billboards.
I know.
So, anyway, I'm Grant. I'm a former pastor living in Florida with my wife and 4 kids and a medical marijuana card. I legally can
I'm
buy
very,
it.
very jealous. I need to get a medical marijuana card because the taxes are so much. Anyway, on this episode, we do voicemails and we actually listen to 4. That is
Or
the most voicemails we've ever listened to in a single episode.
it's true. It's
In an
true.
hour-long episode.
We also, I ate a THC cookie
Yeah,
before,
he did.
and
Yeah.
I've never had this one. This is a new thing to me, the cookies. I ate the whole thing because I'm a big boy and I do what I want. And it hit me pretty hard 30 minutes in. And this is me now. I'm still there, feeling good.
This Is Me Now by Jennifer Lopez. All right, enjoy
Taylor,
the
thank you for
episode.
watching. Enjoy the episode.
Hi, I'm Drew.
And I'm Grant, and yeah, I'm not. But don't be mad about it. I can't help it. I didn't choose this. I was born this way.
I chose mine.
I know you did. The Bible said so. Drew, I sometimes
Don't silence gay voices. Believe me, you don't need the Bible to tell you so. I chose this.
You know what? You're finally right.
I was
Drew,
on the fence about it until I saw Curtis's. I'm sorry. You go ahead. I keep interrupting.
Can I ask you? I want to learn things about gayness, and I want to learn things about my own body in a way, I suppose. I saw a TikTok this week that
Oh no.
changed me, and I want to know if it's true. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Someone said that every time they eat avocado, they think of this statement that someone told them because they think it's true as well, which is that
Okay.
avocado tastes like clean dick. Is that true?
That is so interesting. Let me think. I haven't had a lot of clean ones in my time.
Yeah. Kurt is nasty.
Well, it's a water shortage. We live in California.
Yeah, that's true. He still doesn't have to roll around with it outside, but
Yeah, I see that. I don't think. I think what they're actually saying is I personally don't love the taste of avocado
me either.
because I feel like it's a
'Cause it's
lot
not
of
Cheetos.
taste. Well, it's a lot of
Oh.
taste without there being any taste to it. It feels like you're eating a safe cleaning product. Is more of what I would say.
It's like
I think
filler.
it's
It's like
eating.
food filler.
Yeah, it's kind of like eating good tasting soap. Like, I don't know. I get the clean. And I get, because Grant, listen.
When you
This
bite
it's
into a dick, this is what I'm
sensation.
trying to figure out. When you bite into a dick,
Thank you.
what is it like a
Pennies.
pennies? Okay, it's not
Pennies.
Like avocado.
No, when you put a clean in your mouth, there's nothing better. But I wouldn't say it's an avocado.
Have you had pizza?
Ooh, I love pizza.
Yeah.
Have you had
What are you saying?
clean dick? No, I get that. Leave it. You know what? Leave it for everyone who's had a wiener in their mouth. Leave in the comments below, and
What
they
do
have
you
to be
think?
a clean one.
What?
Only clean.
Well, let me ask you a question that maybe people in the comments below will answer too. So, what popular food does dirty dick taste like?
Oh, wait. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this is exciting.
I'm
Oh,
excited.
I've been
I'm
waiting my
edging my
entire
seat.
life to be asked this question, but I don't have an answer. Hang on. Whoa. Okay. Well, there's 2 different scenarios here. This is very not safe for work. Okay. I know we talk about penises sometimes. Beth reminded us of that in last week's episode.
This is
She was-
dehuman. This is like demonetizing. We're never gonna make
this
it
is
down
not-
in the studio. Yeah,
not good. Not good. But ass to mouth. It's
God.
mostly lube. If they pull it out of your butt and then put it in your mouth, which can only happen under certain circumstances, okay? Then it tastes mostly
God, dude.
like not real stuff. It tastes like rubber. It tastes like, I don't know. But if it's like after like a workout or a run,
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going with this.
it gets stuck in. Well, Grant, ass to mouth is a real thing. Now I'm 40, so I haven't ass to mouth in a decade. But dirty wiener, like sweaty wiener, that tastes like it gets caught in the back of your throat. That's what I don't like about it, because after you've done the deed, there's this like dirt. You know when you cough and you cough really hard and you've clearly scratched or irritated something in the back of your throat as you coughed, and there's like
Yes.
this shallow, kind of rough, empty air in your throat. It's just uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt. It's just like, uh,
Hmm.
that's a dirty cock.
But you didn't say the taste.
I mean, it's just an organ, so it's
Popular
sweat.
food.
I don't know that there is one. I think that's why they said avocado, because avocado doesn't really have a food taste. It has its own kind of blech taste. Like, I can't say it tastes like mozzarella.
Mamma mia.
Mozzarella. Mamma mia, that's a dirty cock.
Well, that's really gross. But I was curious. I was just curious. I heard it and now it's stuck in my head. I'm not a huge avocado fan, but I just figured the next time I ran into it, it would be in my brain. And so I wanted to ask the expert. You're the
I
expert.
think you know what, Grant? Why don't you get an avocado and why don't you spread it on a
Yep.
banana?
Okay, so far so
And
good.
then suck the avocado off the banana. And I have to say, that's probably tastes the same.
Well, I know what I'm having for breakfast tomorrow.
Hell yeah,
A plate
brother.
filled with questions from my
Protein.
kids.
Protein and potassium. There's nothing
Hey,
better.
did you notice my hat? Did you notice my hat? Look.
Blockbuster video, say, oh.
Do you know where I got this? It was in my P.O. box. A Twinnuendo fan
Wait,
sent
what?
this to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's a cool
That's
hat.
so nice.
I know.
Yes.
It's like it's
I love
corduroy.
it.
I know.
I love corduroy.
Freaking love it. Then I looked
that's
up.
so
I said, I
nice.
wonder if there's something Blockbuster around me. Sometimes like weird, like trendy bars.
People will
will be like-
reopen them as something else. Yeah.
So there is right now for this week in Orlando at the fairgrounds. They've set up a pop-up Blockbuster, and all the proceeds for all the VHS tapes and stuff you buy go to the last Blockbuster ever. The one is it in Alaska? Where is it?
Yeah.
Alaska?
It's in Alaska.
Yeah. So everything you spend goes back to them. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Yeah. What is a fairground in Florida? Is it just mud?
Yeah, it's mud and like bones.
Okay.
People die in the
Yeah.
fairground.
Sounds good.
Like that's where old people go.
It's
They
a
just
bummer.
start- they hear
It's
it.
a bummer
and they
that they're
march.
doing it on the fairgrounds, like in a big outdoor space. Because the best part of Blockbuster was the smell.
No, well, yes. Okay, hang on. Yes, it is indoors, but
Oh.
I understand why you would think fairgrounds don't
Oh,
have.
you said fairgrounds.
Well, it's I mean,
Ground.
and they
Would
have
you call
indoor.
would you call the floor in your
both-
house your ground?
My downstairs? Yeah, no, there's no flooring in Florida on the
Oh
bottom.
yeah, I forgot.
But
It's mud.
Drew, so today, I got this
Well, I
hat,
guess ground floor.
and Max was with me. Ah, yeah, you played yourself.
Yeah, I
Max
played
was with me.
myself.
He
Fuck.
saw this hat, and then he was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
he doesn't know what it is.
So he does. He's familiar with Blockbuster Video, and he was like, "What was so special about it?" And I was like, "You simple little child."
You dumb little bitch with
And
your
I said,
joints.
and so I explained to him like going there on a Friday and ordering Pizza Hut and late fees, and when they would run specials like buy one video for a 2-night rental, we'll double it to 4-night rental. Or you go on Tuesdays, you can rent 2 for the price of 1. And so I was explaining absolutely all this to him. And I said, but honestly, son, every time I see something Blockbuster, I can smell the store.
Me too.
And so I here's what I came up with to describe it to him. Actually, how would you describe it before I tell you? How would you describe the smell of Blockbuster Video to someone who's never been in one?
Okay. Oh, I love that, Grant. This is, wow, I'm having a really exciting episode. Okay. Now, I've seen that like people make candles and room spray and stuff that smell like Blockbuster. I would like to test that before I buy one. But I would say like definitely cleaning products and plastic, but also clean air. Because you
Avocado.
didn't feel like you were. It
Clean
didn't feel
dick.
like you were. Yes, it didn't. Clean dick. It didn't feel like you were suffocating in the plastic and cleaning supply smell. It felt like you were breathing in the air and it was like good for you, which it wasn't. Yeah, I guess I would do that. What would you say?
So I had 2 different answers. One of them was, I said, Max, when we go to Walgreens and we've gone back to the photo counter, Walgreens sometimes they receive packages that FedEx can't deliver to your house because you're not there to sign for it. So we go to the photo counter to get those packages. And I said, so Max, when we've been back there, do you remember that smell? And he's like, yes. I said, okay, so that's film. That's like the smell of like film. which is what
Oh,
VHS tapes. So
yeah.
I said, the difference is the chemicals they're using smell sour in the photo department. There's like a sourness to that smell. I said, so if you could remove the sour. And he was like, I don't get it. I was like, all right, probably don't get to smell these a lot, but new computer. Whenever
Yeah.
like that smells to me like it's like that clean, but there's like
Yeah.
electronic smell. There's like there's
Yeah.
electronics
It's a
around there.
clean smell, but there's like just underneath the surface is cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or at least a
Yeah.
cancer scare, just,
Yeah,
I
cancer
might
scare
be,
for sure.
but I'm not.
Yeah.
Just COVID.
Well, we're Nixon. We definitely will have a cancer scare
God,
soon.
one of us. One of us.
I mean, listen, I volunteer as
Oprah, let it
tribute.
be you.
You've got 4 kids.
Thank you.
Amanda's got a few. I don't know. I'm the only one
She's up
without
to
children.
12.
I'm ready to go. Take
Mm,
me, sorry, take me home, Satan.
he's ready for
You wanna
you.
fuck me in the ass? Okay.
Yeah, he does. That's what he does.
Maybe we should look into Blockbuster candles. If anyone has a good Blockbuster candle recommendation, are you
Or
gonna
if,
go to the Blockbuster pop-up? Maybe they're
yeah,
selling them.
I want to bring the kids. I want to bring the
If they're
kids.
doing if they're
Do they get
doing
membership
Blockbuster
cards?
scent. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I think it was the
Damn.
first thing I had in my wallet. That was like when I had a wallet as a kid. I
Me
think like
too.
a Blockbuster card was one of the first
You don't
things I.
remember that when God, I don't know. We must have been in middle school, so you're probably still calling me a faggot because it only happened in middle school.
It cut off after that. It really did. People
Yeah,
don't
it
understand
really did, y'all. I'm serious. It did. It did. He was really nice in his own way. Anyway, Mom,
that. I didn't make it better.
I don't know if you were there, but I was at Blockbuster with Mom, and she went to the counter and got another card because like I was a kid, so I couldn't have my own card. And so she gave me her old card and was like, I'll just tell them I lost it. And then she paid like $2 and got a new card and gave me her old one. And I felt so grown up. Not that I could like rent
I
a
was gonna say,
movie without her there,
and where could
but
you have? When would you have gone by yourself? How would you have gotten there?
exactly.
Yeah,
Well, because we didn't walk. We were suburban kids. We could have easily walked to Blockbuster, but no. No,
I don't
no,
know
no,
about it
no, no.
easily. I mean,
Oh my God, y'all. We lived, no joke, a fourth of a mile, if that, from a Chick-fil-A. And Grant and Mom got into an argument, and we were going to go to Dad's off, or no. We were going shopping or something, but we
yeah.
stopped at Chick-fil-A to eat. And she's like, well, fine, stay your ass home. And Grant walked to Chick-fil-A. We were eating Chick-fil-A, and we see Grant walk in the store. I could not, and I'm like 13. I
Yeah.
could not for the life of me figure out how you got there. It was one road, okay? It wasn't like he had to no. He went out of our house and just basically stayed on the same road for about an eighth of a mile. But I
It's getting
thought
shorter
you
every
had
time.
trekked. I thought you had trekked the Sahara. I could not imagine. I was thinking he must have been terrified. He must have thought he would be alone forever.
I was covered in blood when I walked in. I don't know if people
Oh yeah, did I
understand
leave that
your.
out? Oh, that was kind of cool. I looked like I was in the 50s. Hey, can I touch your pussy? I don't know what they said in the 50s.
They
Okay.
did. They said that.
I'm sure someone did. No,
Yeah, our dad did.
there was a comment. Oh, for sure. Well, he didn't ask permission. He said, "Hey, I'm touching your pussy." No, there every now and then we get these comments, and for the most part, I admit I do delete them because I think they're so misguided, but I understand where they're coming from.
Okay.
And so I wanted, because I think it's us joking about it, and I think it's my like direct sense of humor that is causing it. So I just wanted to like clarify.
Okay.
Grant called me a faggot when we were in middle school, okay?
Oh,
Like,
wait.
I keep seeing comments about, like, oh, so Grant tortured Drew for 20 years, or Grant was an asshole to his brother while he was a pastor, and now we're supposed to, like, just forgive him. He called him slurs, and we're supposed to get over it. Yeah, I realize we haven't actually, like, set the time frame. Yeah, when we were 12 and we were in Destin, Florida, sure. He said faggot a couple times.
You got to
But
invest in. They're not going to bring you your
well,
food
I
if you
mean,
don't. They won't
yeah,
serve you.
they were they held our surf and turf in front of us. I'm just
Yep.
kidding. We didn't eat seafood because our parents taught us that it was gross.
I did. I ate fish.
Catfish, and that was it. Don't lie.
Fried.
Catfish, and that
Fried
was it.
with
Fried catfish, and that was it.
with lemon on it.
And that was
That's
it.
and that's it.
Exactly. I ate catfish because it's a very southern thing. We
It
went
is.
to this. We went
Rite of
to Mama and
passage.
Papa's favorite catfish place. Do you remember it was in the middle of nowhere in Mississippi? We had to drive
Yes.
like an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't thought
It
about
was
this
in like
in
an old
decades.
abandoned church. We were
Yeah,
sitting around like, yeah, it was bizarre.
yeah.
And that was the last time I ate catfish, no, like knowingly. I can't remember if it was Mama or Mom, but one of those women, strong white women.
Yep.
She was
Strong
cutting
Southern women.
into the catfish, and she pulled back the fried layer and pointed at the silver layer and was like, "Look, that's part of their skin." And I was like, "I'm out. I'm out." And then Grant called me a faggot. So let's go back. So
Uh-huh.
let me just contextualize. In high school, we weren't close. You could even say there was a little animosity on both sides.
Interesting.
Okay.
This is
But
news to me, okay?
shut
I
the fuck up.
signed your yearbook.
I'm sure
No.
I
No, I
cried
didn't.
if you did.
No, I didn't.
No, but
You wouldn't let me.
in middle school, yes, he was a middle schooler. But in high school, you never called me a faggot in high school as much as you think you wanted to. I think you got really into
Thank you.
Jesus and that stopped.
Thank
And then in college, we got
Doesn't
really
stop everybody.
close.
Doesn't stop everybody, by
No,
the way.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. It actually encourages it. And then
Yeah.
we got really close in college.
Mhm.
And throughout your pastordom, even though we weren't like super close friends, because, Jesus, number one, he was number one. You
He's
like a
still number
silent
one.
friend. You like a silent
Not in
friend.
my heart, but that dude's number one. I can't take that from him. I don't have a
No, no,
religion
no.
that stretches around the world. That dude's number one.
I mean, I technically do. IMHO is a religion and we do require
Yeah.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
But I just want all the commenters to know my brother didn't call me a faggot for 20 years. I want that on the record, but I keep deleting the comments because, like, sure, sure, I could understand if your impression is that for 40 years, this man
Yeah.
has called me a faggot, that suddenly he leaves the church and I'm like, it's all right. No,
He's okay.
Grant has
Yeah.
always been supportive. His wife has been the most supportive and loving, but 12-year-old Grant was a dick. And that's safe to say. So if you want to put in the comments, I fucking hate Grant as a child. Child
too.
Grant is
Me too.
the
I hate that kid.
worst.
Yeah, he really was.
Then say that. Then say that.
Yeah.
Hate a 12-year-old, okay?
Yeah.
I do. I hate 12-year-olds, except yours. Do you have 12-year-olds?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the twins are 12.
2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just tired of seeing the comment, and I'm not like calling anyone out because I understand that perhaps we haven't done the best job of contextualizing, if you will, that entire situation. So
That's so funny. I don't think I've seen that. I don't think
I
I've seen
delete
that.
them. I delete them as soon
Oh,
as I see
okay.
them because I don't want it to hurt your feelings. I don't want you to feel like,
Well, I
oh,
appreciate
fuck.
that. I appreciate that, but I also think like, yeah, they just don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I say obviously. I wasn't a Westboro Baptist pastor who was, dropping the F-bomb all the time. So
No, and Grant was like very, very supportive of like when I was going through my sex addiction, like, and Curtis and I were going through a lot of stuff. Like, Grant flew up, like, someone from his church paid for a plane ticket to come see
yeah.
me because I was so upset and I was dealing with so much.
Mhm.
And so, anyway, I just don't hate
Now I
adult
did
Grant for
I
that
did
reason. You can hate him for a lot of different reasons, just not that.
I did say I said a lot of slurs on the plane to get him out,
Yeah, but
but
that's planning. You can't be
yeah,
mad at you for planning
right.
ahead.
You didn't want me to plan ahead? Hey,
Yeah,
commenter, you didn't want me to
kind of
plan ahead?
weird.
Well, thanks for that. That was weird.
I'm so sorry, Straggett. I just want people to stop being mean to you.
Now,
You're a Straggett.
I kind of want to say the slur. It's like
I know
reverse
you do.
psychology.
When we hit episode 100, we will end episode 100 with
and
a
the
slur.
show,
Yeah.
apparently. So, Drew, this is not that at all. But speaking of my 12-year-old,
Sorry, you
Jew-
don't have to include any of that. I just
Oh, it's fine.
okay.
It's fine.
I just feel bad. It makes
No,
me
you're
feel
fine.
bad.
Doesn't make me feel bad at all. They don't understand. They don't know the context. I get it. Yeah, if they thought I was wearing a white suit and carrying a Bible around and screaming slurs,
Well,
and
that is
then
true.
the next day I was not, whatever.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No, I'm going to create a new problem. Sorry. He wasn't saying faggot, but he did say slurs a lot.
Right.
Just not like gay ones. Oh my
No, not gay
God.
ones. I
Oh, I
respected
can't
gay
believe I
people
almost.
so much.
Whew, I almost
Yeah, I
created
respected
another
gay
problem for
people
you.
so much. But
Oh my God. Okay.
those other people, you got an
Sorry.
incoming call.
I got a face call.
Oh, okay.
FaceTime call. Hang on. Michael's calling. He called me because someone died. Carl Dean? Who's that?
Jimmy Dean's brother.
Dolly Parton's husband died.
We caught it on camera.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Some to grief.
That's so sad. Well, no, I mean, obviously, I don't care that her husband died. I mean, I do care that he's dead. That's so sad. But I more care that
Jimmy Carter's dead.
it's making
That's what I care about.
it's making Dolly Parton's mortality even more real. Because, like, she and her husband of 60 something years they were alive and living their lives. Now her husband's dead. That means Dolly Parton's going to die eventually. That is
It just hits you.
fucked up.
That Dolly Parton may die one day.
Okay, you tell a story now. I just need to sit for a second.
I think some actors are just going to live forever. You know, like Christopher Walken's still around. He looks great. He's still working. Gene Hackman.
He killed Natalie Wood.
Gene Hackman's about to get things
Here's my
going
theory
again.
on Gene Hackman. Here's my theory
What
on how
happened?
Gene
I
Hackman
don't
died.
follow the news. I just love Hoosiers. Okay, he's dead.
Sure.
I get it. Go ahead.
This is why I think he's dead. Here's how I think everyone died. Okay? Because he died. Gene Hackman was found dead at 95. His wife was found dead in the bathtub surrounded by pills at 63. And one of their 3 dogs was found dead in the closet. And everyone's like, what happened? Here's what happened. I'm calling it.
It was the other dog.
Gene Hackman, yeah, they were tired of it. Gene Hackman, 95, died, dead, fell to the floor. Wife, 63, walks in. Oh no,
Gene
husband,
Hackman.
dead.
Well, no, she probably
wanna
went
live
like,
without
oh
my
no,
husband."
star of the French Connection and Hoosiers, my husband, Gene Hackman. They
Grant,
always.
you're just showing how fucking ignorant you are. And I know you don't live in Hollywood. You don't understand the LA life. But in LA, we don't say the star of French Connection. We say the star of the Poseidon Adventure. So his wife, 63, goes, oh my God, the star of Poseidon Adventure, Gene Hackman, is dead. I don't want to live without my husband. So
The star of the
I'm going to go
Poseidon
kill
Adventure.
myself real quick. So she goes and she gets in the bathtub because she knows when you die, you shit. And she didn't want to shit on her floor.
I wouldn't want
Because the dogs, they would eat it. They would eat her shit. So she took a bunch of pills to kill herself. The problem was she was killing herself almost too quickly. She didn't really think through the fact that she had animals in the house.
You
And
have
I think
to
one of the
take
dogs.
time.
When you kill yourself, think it over.
Gotta
I mean,
take your
ultimately
time.
do it, but think it over. And I'm sorry. My advice is I'm a doctor, so.
Yep. This was all a
Anyway.
bit. For legal purposes, this was all a bit. Thanks for watching. All right, keep going.
No, but I think one of the dogs ate some of the pills that lady took to kill herself.
And then stumbled
it felt
into
sick.
the closet.
I think when animals die, when they're dying, they go and they hunker down somewhere.
How'd the door get closed?
So I think
You said the dog was dead. I thought the dog was locked in
in the closet.
Just in the
No,
closet.
just in the closet.
Your story holds up.
I think it ate
Pass
the
the
pills.
test.
It was like, oh fuck, I'm dying. I'm
Time to
you know
get
what?
time to get to my private
Absolutely
place.
dying.
Yeah.
Went to their private place. The other 2 dogs said, we're good.
Yeah.
We're going to starve for 2 weeks, but eventually we'll get fed. And
Yeah.
that's what happened.
That's exciting.
I don't know that that's what happened, but it sounds feasible. But I will say, not to victim blame, I am disappointed in the 63-year-old if my fantasy is true. Because she should have at least called someone to come get the dogs.
She's grief stricken. How's she ever gonna watch the Poseidon Adventure again?
Oh, she couldn't. She couldn't.
She couldn't.
Speaking of Poseidon Adventure, you know what I watched for the first time the other day? Speed 2, Cruise Control. I had a wonderful time. I really did. It was not a good movie.
Yeah.
And the lead guy was horrifically bad, but I enjoyed it.
Had a good time.
Yeah. And isn't that all you want from a movie?
Also, this is a point in the podcast. I'd like to thank everyone on Instagram who's DM'd me and told me how much they enjoyed Juror number 2 and they don't understand Drew's problem. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me
Are
ask
you all
you, people have
Russian
said that.
assets? Fine. Thank you.
Are
anyway.
you all old white Republicans? Do you only listen to this show because you think it's satire?
It's everyone.
Fuck off.
Damn it.
Anyway, before we get to voicemails, Grant, I did almost die today.
Okay.
And I had this realization And I'm disappointed in myself, okay?
For
I'm
not
absolutely
dying?
disappointed in myself for my reaction to almost dying because I talk a big game, okay?
You do.
I've been depressed
Oh,
and anxious my whole
right,
entire life. So when people talk about dying, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go.
right.
I'm not going to fight it. If there's an apocalypse, I will. Come on, zombies,
It's
take
the
me
only
out. Like,
reason
I'm
I
ready.
hope there is one, just to get Drew,
Yeah, so
just
I
to
could
take
just
care of him.
go.
Yeah, let him go.
So I have this like idea when I get on a plane, I think if this plane crashes, that's going to be such a bummer, but you know what? I'm not good,
He
turns
says it
out.
out
So
loud too.
Curtis and I went to you don't need to know what we were doing, but we went somewhere and we had a good time.
Okay.
We got coffee. And we were making
I
he
was gonna
was
say
making a
top
left-hand
golf,
turn. He was making a left-hand turn
bottom golf.
and the light turned yellow and a Tesla that was really far away
Mm-hmm.
looked to be slowing down. This is coming from Curtis. I'm in the passenger seat and I'm a backseat driver. And so to stop myself from backseat driving, I usually do, I know this is stupid. I usually do a crossword puzzle on my phone if he's driving because
Right.
I get too,
And
which,
that shows how anxious you are because you get car sick when you look at your phone. You vomit every time. But you're
yeah.
like, I am not gonna
Well,
control this man.
okay.
Yeah.
You know what? We should talk about it. I do struggle with bulimia, and
Oh
my
no.
version of bulimia is every time I eat, I have to do a crossword puzzle in the
So
car.
that you can vomit. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Anyway, so he starts to make the left, and then I suddenly the car like swerves. So I look up, and I'm on the passenger side, and there's a Tesla coming right at me, and
Yeah.
it's going fast.
Yeah, they do that. They
And
go real fast.
I just went, ah! Like that was all I did.
Wait,
I
wait,
didn't say
wait.
anything.
Did you make a noise, an audible noise, or did you were letting death in? You were opening up going,
Yes, I think I was. I screamed so loud and gutturally. Like it wasn't like a oh, ooh, oh. It was ah. I it was so scary. And
"Oh my god, that's funny."
truly, it almost hit us, and I'm not surprised it was a Tesla. I'll say that number one. Tesla drivers, sorry y'all are the worst.
Well,
But also
they're coming
just
after the gays. They're self-driving now, and Elon's coming after you guys.
oh, maybe it was the car.
Yeah,
Maybe it was the car. Well, now I feel bad
gonna
because
let it hit you.
I did wish death upon that driver. But anyway, I was just, and we just kind of, we were right by our house, so it wasn't
Yeah.
long, but we just kind of silently rode to the house and parked and got out of the car. We didn't say a word the whole way in. And then I got inside and I was just like, oh man, I hate that that's the sound I would make. Like I thought I would be cooler. Like I thought I'd be cooler than that. Like I don't blame myself too much because I looked up suddenly and there was a car in front of me. I think had I been aware that it was happening, like if the car had said like I'm coming for you, faggot, and Curtis
Right.
goes, we're about to die. I think then I'd be like, I love you and I've loved our life together, you know.
Yeah.
But because I didn't get any of
No,
that,
you just
I went ah.
you turned away from him, and then you shit when you die. You're gonna shit on him. It's the last thing you're gonna do.
Oh, oh, thank God we had just gone to get coffee and I didn't just have my coffee because I would. Grant, I get it. I get it. It was scary. It was really scary. And am I more grateful to be
Oh my
alive because of
god,
it?
that's
No,
no,
no.
no.
But I do
I'm
love the
checking out right
story.
now.
And so I want to say to you, Tesla, dark green Tesla, what the fuck?
Forest.
Go fuck yourself. I hope you die in a fire.
Well, he is in California. It's only a matter of time.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, that's all. And so hug your loved ones.
Yeah, and pay attention when you drive because otherwise you might make Drew make this face as your chance to do it again. Do it one more time.
Ah!
There it is. All right.
Actually, all right, let's go to voicemails.
So, Drew, I have curated quite a list of voicemails, and I'm excited
Oh,
to share them with
shit.
you. And I also
Okay.
kind of put them in, I think, order of importance. How much do people need to hear their story or what they're saying, or
Oh,
or if
okay.
I think Drew has a really incredible, response because he's just so smart and
I
he's not a
am.
slur. And so
I
I
am a
I
slur.
have I've curated these. I think this is important
This is the
what
story of
this
a
person
girl.
is saying. And so
Okay.
Hi, Grant and Drew. My name is Dylan. I've only recently come to the
Wait,
podcast.
wait. Was it really
It was
loud?
just really loud. It was just really
Oh,
loud. But it's fine. It's fine. Play it.
okay.
I turned it down. Play it.
Oh, that's amazing. All right.
And I like 20 episodes in, so forgive me if this
Wow.
topic has come up already, and I apologize for not being caught up.
Yeah,
I just wanted to
you should.
say that Drew is so cute and Darby is so gorgeous, but Grant is just really hot to me. And watching a podcast about identical twins where one is gay and I'm finding the straight one hot has really started to get me worried that I'm still like harboring that self-hating stuff that drove my attraction to exclusively straight men when I was a kid.
Strange.
So
I
I
get it.
guess my question
Kinda get it.
is, what's your take on the preferences people have around the mask or femme business? Is it the same as the offensive, like just a preference bullshit people put on Grindr with race
This
and
is
weight?
where I need you
Is
to
it just a
answer. I don't know
personality
what the fuck
thing?
he's talking about.
Should I feel bad about wanting Grant in several
Okay.
positions?
All right. That one made me feel weird.
Very interested in hearing Grant's initial thoughts on the whole straight chaser thing if he hasn't spent much time thinking about it yet. And thank you for listening. I love the podcast. Can't wait to hear more.
Wow. First off, I would like to say I like the cut of his jib. Straight shooter, that one. Straight shooter. Wink. Thought you have initial thought?
No. He said he wanted to hear your thoughts. He seems to have a preference for you, so let's honor him. And why don't you just take it away, brother? Tell me more. What do you think? Can I tell you? Shut up, Grant. Let me tell you this. Right before I almost died today, I was at the Coffee Bean with my husband and your friend Kevin. Okay, that's his username. Your friend Kevin.
Oh.
He's in my phone as Kevin, your friend.
Yeah.
And we were chatting and we were near a Warby Parker. And I said, I want to go to Warby Parker. I need to get new glasses because since starting Twinnuendo, I've learned that I'm the ugly one and I have a lot of work to do. And I have to admit, Grant, like I see the difference in our faces. And I think throughout our lives, we've kind of gone back and forth on attractive level, whereas your rounder face worked and then my longer face worked for a minute. And then I think now we're coming back to the rounder face of it. And I knew the tides would turn again.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to turn so hard in a direction where I'm ugly. But we're here. And so I said, yeah, I need to look for different glasses because apparently these glasses look bad. I can't remember if it was my husband or my friend, but one of them said, well, no, you're not, your glasses look good. And I was like, yeah, everyone on the internet says they don't. And then I'm ugly as fuck. And I'm so ugly. And then we talked about it for like 5 minutes about just like how
that's so
ugly
funny.
I am to the Twinnuendo listeners. So that voicemail, it cut deep. However,
It said
they have a
cute
point.
and gorgeous.
He has a point. No, he absolutely has a point because I have the exact same relationship with straight men in that if I were to look at a set of twins and one was gay, one was femme, and one was more mask, although I'm also learning through the comments that you're not as mask as you think.
Oh yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
There's a
brother.
fucked up obsession with masculine men and straight passing men, and it's fetishized, and I'm guilty. I think that's why bi porn is so exciting to me because it's bringing in that like straight guy element of like, oh my God, this straight guy, this guy who's married to a woman is like really attracted to dudes. That's so hot. It's just
So
this
you're
like
saying
self-hating.
straight men make everything better. What the gay community is missing in their
No,
pornography
they're bad at it.
is
No,
straight
they're not good at
white
sex.
men
They're
is what
still
I heard
bad
you say. I
at
heard
it.
you say white.
But I
men.
like to see them try. I like to see the disappointment in a woman's eyes. Okay.
I see it all the time.
But let's be honest, caller, it's fucked up. And all of the gay community knows it. We all know it. It's hating yourself to a point that you're actively seeking out the exact opposite of yourself. That's what I think the straight, like being attracted to straight guys, masculine thing is. Because I remember like when I was hooking up and I was a sex addict, okay? I I was doing
I
it
think it's
all.
the first time you ever brought this up. You're really brave.
I know, thank you. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. I had sex
This is true.
with Charlie. I never knew their names. But yeah, even in my deepest, darkest sexual addiction moments where I just needed someone to touch me and tell me that I looked good, there would come a point where I would, if they didn't specifically say it, where I would find a way to ask if they were straight acting or if they were masked. And little old Femi me, if they were like, I mean, does that matter? I'd be like, oh, you fucking faggot. Bye. Like, I was not into it at all. And it's all from a place of self-hating. Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked. I think it's less pervasive in like younger gay communities now because masculinity and straight men are not lauded like they used to be, and we're seeing all of the problems with masculinity and straight men. So thankfully, I think the feminization of men is a little more acceptable. But yeah, us older gays, I think we'll struggle with that forever. I think I'll always struggle with it.
Do you think you're saying like you're attracted to this self-hatred or whatever, you're attracted to the opposite of you, and because of this all the self-hatred that you have, are you saying that my attraction to women, like I hate myself so much that I want a completely different
No.
gender?
No. You are masculine, sort of. And so
I just
you
wanted to hear you
seek
say it.
out
I just wanted to hear you say it.
masculinity. And so that's why you picked Angela, because she's so butch.
She'll kill you. Well, this is Drew's last episode. His
Y'all saw
funeral.
Angela, you know she's not butch.
It'll be a live. It'll be a
Shut
live
up.
stream. Anyway, I
No,
didn't.
I don't-
I didn't know what a straight
Yeah.
chaser was. So a straight chaser is not literally chasing straight men. It's chasing gay men who are straight appearing. Or
No. It's literally chasing straight men. Oh,
okay.
we've all done it.
I haven't, for the record. I haven't
There was a
chased them.
guy.
They chased me.
There's been a guy at every day job I've ever had. Because here's the thing, and I can only speak from my
Straights are everywhere.
experience, but I'm speaking from the experience of someone born in 1984, and in my generation and my experience. Yes, I would hook up with people that were like, I'm married to a woman, or I have a girlfriend, or like, like I'm not gay. I just want this. I just want that. Whatever. And that was
What
like
did-
exciting. Huh?
I want this. I want that. What did they want? That was like The Sims.
That's my sexuality was built around The Sims.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's why it's so business-like, because first we only had SimCity, and that's more about business.
we were great
Anyway.
at power grids, though. Oh man.
Oh my God. You need to get power to an entire neighborhood.
You need
Gotcha
it gridded. Gotcha.
bitch. No, I think because we had
Does that
those
you just remix
experiences-
yourself?
Yeah, I think because we had those experiences, I think we always, well, I can't say we, I'll say me. I think I always expected that to happen eventually. Let me put it
Okay.
in perspective. You can understand, straight guy,
Oh,
Straggett.
Thank you for straightening it out for me.
When you're flirting kind of absent-mindedly with a woman wherever you are before you were married, it was always that like, wait, I'm feeling this energy. Something gonna happen? Could something happen if we were alone in a room together? You know what I mean? Like, you know it's not gonna happen. You know it's like inappropriate, but it's something that's just in your mind. And I think with straight men, it was always the ultimate fantasy that like, well, eventually they're gonna get curious. If I'm
Interesting.
around long enough, if I make them feel safe enough, they'll get curious. Any hole's a goal,
That
right?
is
A mouth's
so.
a mouth, right?
That's so interesting.
It's fucked up.
Well,
it's
it's-
fucked up,
because-
but it is.
That's not at all how I feel. Like when I see a lesbian, I'm never like, maybe. I'm just like, oh, they figured it out.
Right.
They're not coming back. They fucking figured it
Right.
out. Like, good for you.
Well, yeah, because your sexuality is not founded in a traumatic place.
Oh yeah, no,
My
no,
sexuality
it was.
and how I understand my sexuality is all trauma.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it got pretty violent.
Well, yeah, Angela's very strong, and you are very weak.
She's very
like
strong,
girl.
and that's our dynamic. I didn't know
It's
what straight
fucked.
chaser was. I'm really happy to know now.
And if you read our comments, everyone is chasing after you, Grant. And just know it
Thank
has nothing
you.
to do with the way you look.
I know,
It's who you represent.
Can I tell you, Drew? I knew that.
And I'm ugly.
I did know that. And it is what it is.
Why do we have to play that voicemail right after I woke up from a nap?
Oh.
I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, everyone. Calm down.
I want to play you like a quick
Maybe
voicemail.
I need to wear my hat like you.
You can't pull it off. Ah, fuck, you're pulling it off. You're pulling it off so good. Damn it. Damn our youthful cherub-like faces. Drew,
Who's hot now?
Before they unsubscribed. They're not watching anymore.
I did a show the other night at Dynasty Typewriter.
Brag.
Guess who was on right before me?
Jenny Jones.
Close. Wayne Brady and LeVar Burton.
Oh my God.
Not exciting.
That is exciting. You know,
I didn't see him. I got there late. But not exciting.
I saw LeVar Burton when I was leaving LA the last time I visited you, and I was waiting on my plane to come in. He was just like,
He's waiting on a butterfly in the sky.
well, can I tell you? He walks up to the gate and he's got like sunglasses on. He's got like a hat on and he's got like this big jacket on. And I was like, who the fuck? And then of course you catch a glimpse and you're like, that's LeVar Burton. Again, butterflies are flying out of his jacket. The rainbow's following him around. He can't get away from this.
They're going twice as high.
But when he gets to the gate, I was like, oh, he's being, all right, everybody be cool. He doesn't want this right now. He sits down. There's so many chairs to choose from. He sits down in the one that's like the gate agent's right behind him. So he's like looking out and everybody's looking at him. And he just like takes his stuff off. Like he's like,
He revealed.
He reveals. Yeah. And of course people came and took photos. One of the baggage handlers like literally like walked up and was like, all right, yeah, we're loading it up. And he's like, and he grabs his phone and goes and takes a picture. So of course that happened, which was great.
You got to keep the mask on.
Well, it was wonderful.
Buddy.
And he deserved it. He deserves all of his accolades. But like after 3 minutes, it was over. Like everyone was already at the gate. You're talking to him or you're not. I'm sure he had a reason, a great one, because he's a great man. He's done great things. But he wasn't looking at his phone. He didn't have like a book or anything. He just sat there facing out
as LeVar Burton
at everybody and just like kind of like looked around, like almost like make eye contact. Someone make eye contact. Which maybe it was a challenge. Maybe it was
maybe, we all need a little attention, and maybe he hadn't had it in a while and he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take pictures for a few minutes.
But yeah, I
see that.
I like that he didn't let it naturally die. Like he was like, no, I'm keeping business hours. All right? Like, yeah, nothing's going on right now. We don't know how long that'll last. I can't see.
If I were a celebrity, especially post-COVID.
You are.
It's all over. We'll never have to celebrity. Wear a mask in the airport so no one can see you. We were coming, Alexis and I were coming back from Chicago.
Wear a human face as a mask.
Wear someone else's face.
Have to do.
You're a celebrity. You're allowed to take
turn into the mask.
But Alexis and I were coming back from Chicago like last year or so, and Steve Carell and his wife were sitting at the gate. They were on our flight.
Steph
Carell was sitting there, and they didn't have masks on, and they were sitting in the front row next to the counter. So everyone who was coming to the gate had to walk right past them. And I don't think it was the same situation because they were actively in conversation the whole time.
Right.
And then at one point they're on their phones.
They weren't signals. Yeah.
But there were a bunch of people wearing masks. And I was like, if I were Steve Carell, I would wear a mask right now.
And you could compromise too. Like maybe he like wants recognition. Okay, get a mask that says The Office on it. Like get like the logo. Yes. And so people will be like,
world's best boss or whatever. Yeah.
Is this?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, what's even more fucked up is at one point he gets up by himself, no mask, goes to Hudson News and buys a snack with his full face out. And not even at LAX. I'm talking O'Hare.
No protection. Just face out, raw dog in the world and the air.
I think that's so weird.
Maybe
that was the same flight I was on where I sat next to an Italian man who didn't talk to me the entire time. And then when I got off the plane, he followed me into the bathroom and asked for my phone number.
Alluring.
Who's the ugly one now, Grant?
So, Drew, let me tell you this right now. Before we started recording, I remembered that I had weed cookies over here.
Oh, you're high.
And I ate a cookie. And right about the end of the first question, it hit me really hard.
Okay.
And so I'm moving.
You do have to edit tonight.
I'm having a memory issue. I'll get to it.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how this has gone. I don't remember some of it already.
Not good. Not
Perfect.
good.
All right, let's play
The
the
first
next voicemail.
voicemail called you ugly. You would have been so mad if you could remember
There's no
it.
way. There's no way that happens.
Yeah, it did.
No.
It did.
I have so many burner accounts where I
He
say
said
I'm
you were
handsome.
so ugly.
All right, Drew, shut up. Shut your beautiful mouth up. All right, you ready?
Mhm.
Hey, Nick.
What? Did our dad just walk in? Oh, are you listening to something?
Are you not hearing this?
I'm listening to nothing. No! I heard you say, okay, Nick, and then you just went, I didn't know what was happening. I honestly thought our dad walked in the room. That was crazy.
I thought.
You have to share the tab, Grant.
I know.
Are you really that high?
I forgot. Okay.
Oh
all right.
my God.
I didn't mean to get this high. I hadn't had one of these before. All right. Fuck. Now you can hear it. Hang on. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, Twinnuendo. This is
Oh my
Nick,
God. Wait,
and
sorry.
What?
Okay, start it over. That was so loud, I almost died. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Hi, Twinnuendo. This is Nick, and I am calling with two questions. I personally grew up with divorced parents in the church, so I got
Lucky.
a really delightful 1-2 punch of Catholicism and the Pentecostal church, which was super fun and traumatizing. I've done a lot of work
Yeah.
to kind of process that. But my first question is, I find that even though I've moved past a lot of the shame and anger around the church, whenever I find out that someone in my life or that I am talking to has very strong feelings in favor of the church, that I become extremely judgmental. And I'm curious how the two of you either move past that or deal with those feelings. And my second question really focuses on Grant and how when you were offering a example of the unhinged nature of Carmen.
And Nick goes on for another couple of minutes about Carmen. And Nick, I'll reach out to you personally about that. Just drop your phone number in the
Yeah, he
comments,
can't
bud.
do Carmen publicly.
Could you do
He's
it?
got too many personal feelings.
It's too hard for me. And his family in the state told me to not anymore. So Drew, when you learn that someone is super into Jesus, they're really into the church, do you have the same response? Do you get really judgmental?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah,
do.
100%.
I mean, I expect you to, Grant, because you're so fresh from it. But mine is less like you're an idiot. Mine is more you've fallen for it, and you can see that it's actively hurting people around you, and
That's
you
an
don't
idiot.
care.
Yeah, that's an idiot. You could have
Okay.
said idiot.
It is kind of funny that it just. Did you watch White Lotus last night? The new
I
White
haven't.
Lotus
No,
came
no,
out
no.
last night.
I'm a couple weeks behind.
Okay. I don't want to. This isn't a spoiler, I don't think.
True.
But this exact moment happens in the episode last night. It's so perfect.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Say it.
Can I please?
Hey, listen.
It's just this
if-
one moment.
If you're listening and if this is really going to be a spoiler, if you're listening to this right now, then it's not a spoiler because I will cut a spoiler out in a minute. So it must not be. All right, Drew.
Okay, it is a little bit of a spoiler.
Ah,
but
you
it's
son of a
not.
bitch.
Okay, so you know the three girls, Carrie Coon
Mhm.
and the others?
Mhm.
Okay.
Carrie Coon's friends.
One of Curtis's best friends is Carrie Coon's nanny. The blonde one, the one who's married to Sam, whatever his name is.
Samuel.
The guy
L.
from
Jackson.
3 Billboards in Minnesota or whatever. 3 Billboards and 3 Billboards.
Oh yeah, Sam.
What's his name?
Samster.
Anyway,
Samterton.
her character, they're having dinner and her character's like, actually, I find a lot of comfort in church. My husband and I, we've been going to church every week. We just love the community and blah, blah, blah. And one of the other girls is like, well, yeah, but like, doesn't it get awkward? And she goes, about, what do you mean? She's like, well, you live in Austin, Texas, and everyone around you is so conservative, probably in that church. And like, ooh, doesn't that get awkward? And she goes, you're not a Republican, are you? And she goes, no, not at all. I'm an independent. And they both kind of went,
That's fantastic.
and then she goes, well, you didn't vote for Trump, did you? And she goes, are we really going to talk about Trump right now? And her starting with, I actually have been going to church and I really enjoy it. That's when the entire feeling of the scene changes. And you're like, oh, because I know as a viewer, I went, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. What do you mean you go to church? So that is kind of because of what we're going through in our current society. I am a lot more judgy about Christianity in the MAGA days, I think, than I was pre-MAGA. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously not a fan of Christianity, but and I will say all of this is skewed because I've only known Brant outside of the church post-MAGA, like after MAGA started. And so I think maybe I was more forgiving of Christians in general before Grant left the church because I was like, well, my brother's a pastor and he's a good person. His family is good. They are good people, like, so. But now that you're completely out of it, yeah, I think it's fucking weird that people go to church. Yeah, I think it's fucking dumb as fuck. And I don't think queer people, you know what? We don't have to be nice about it. Like, we don't. You don't have to be nice to your abuser. You don't have to be nice to someone who is perpetuating a system that is continually saying you are not human. You don't have to.
But you could.
You could, and it would make you a bigger person, but at what price? What cost?
Thanks for watching Twin versus Twin, the new opinion show. Thanks for calling in.
At what cost?
Make a website with Squarespace. That's our first sponsor. I absolutely feel that way. And just to give you a quick example. So it was late one night. Have I set the scene yet?
Can it be an actual quick example and not like a Grant quick example?
No. It was like the middle of the night, and
I'm going to do a crossword puzzle real quick.
And Angela said that she's like, oh, Piper just texted me and she needs like feminine products. And I was like, I got you, bitch. So there's a Walgreens like right up the street. So I go in and
that's where you get your Amazon packages.
There's this woman there that's really super nice to a point where it's weird. And so I go to the counter with the stuff that Angela sent me to buy, and I stack it out there. And then she scanned it. She goes, you're such a good man. And I was like, thank you. And I said, for what? And she said, for buying these products for your lady. Because like, hang on a second. First off, like, lady? Like, buying them for her, like, I don't allow her to get any of these things, but she's been good lately. So I know what she'd love. She'd like some pads with wings. And then how do you know? How do you know who it's for? And how do you know, like, these women that it's for aren't just in my basement? You don't know that. So anyway, she said, you're such a good man for...
And I gotta be honest, Grant, with your patchy facial hair, I'm surprised she just didn't assume you were a trans man.
Go straight to...
You could have been buying them for yourself.
For myself. Could have been buying them for myself. She said, and I said, oh, no, it's not even for my lady. No, I was like, my daughter. And then she goes... for your other lady. And I was like, well, I don't think of them the same way.
I wouldn't say that in Florida, yeah.
Yeah. I said, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, she wasn't going to come by. She's a kid. She wasn't going to come buy them. Like, I'm doing the right thing, I guess. And I'm thinking in my head the whole time, like, why are you commenting on what I'm purchasing?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And so anyway, she finally goes, I shouldn't have said anything about what you were buying. And she said, like... She said, are you, I hope you're not offended. And I said, no. I was like, no, I'm not offended. And then she goes, oh, I knew you wouldn't be. You're a good man. And I was like, fucking weird.
So if they got offended, they were a bad man.
Exactly. So I was sitting there thinking, like, honestly, interacting with that wild person, I was like, God, she's just stupid. Like, she's just like a stupid person. And then she's
simple. I don't think she's stupid.
Hang on. You're going to match my energy. So I get a few steps away. And then she yells out after me, like, blessings upon you and your family. And I was like,
what a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she is stupid. She's stupid.
Stupid bitch.
But yeah, I have that knee-jerk reaction. And where I'm just like, are you dumb? Like, are you sure? Are you sure?
Listen, I think,
that?
And you know what? I think those reactions are part of our processing what we've been through. Yeah. And so I don't think, dear caller, I honestly,
dear caller,
whatever your reaction to Christians is, as long as you're not hurting people, feel how you feel. Don't feel upset at yourself or be like, I shouldn't be this hate. Fuck you. Like, fuck them and then fuck you.
There you go. Thank you.
You're just processing the trauma their culture put you through. So yeah, they're idiots. I'm just kidding. No, I
There
know
you
we have
go.
some Christians. I know we have Christians who listen to this podcast, and I don't think all Christians are idiots. I'm sorry. I should have started with that.
You said what you believe.
But I think if you're not speaking out proactively against all of the shit that's happening in the name of Jesus, then yes, I think you're an idiot.
That's true.
Or mean, or just really mean. So
Okay.
pick whichever one you want to
Okay.
be.
Here's the thing, though. That's true, but that's way more like knowing someone in depth to know that about them. I'm saying, like, and I think what the caller was asking was like, just when you find out someone's really into church,
I'm disappointed.
Are you really judging?
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not them. It's
Right.
the system that they have signed on to, and they may be not all men, but enough men. You know,
It's so weird because I get immediately judgy, and I'm like, you were this like just a few years ago, and
you were like a really bad one too.
and when I think about it, like it was so complicated. You know, when people were like, "Why don't you just walk away?" Like it's a lot more complicated than that. And then when when I hear someone is a Christian or whatever, all of a sudden it's not complicated anymore. You know, like I lose all that nuance. Like for people who don't know people in that world, like it's complex. Like the reason they believe and the reason they're stuck in it, it could be a million different things.
I think the thing that we react really negatively to, I don't know why I'm speaking in the royal we. I think the thing I react really
You can
negatively
speak for me,
to
brother.
is, especially like given the current everything that's happening, it's the identity that the people who are Christians because of the identity of it, and less because they actually find some sort of spiritual growth or support within the church. Well, I have a close relationship with Jesus. It's very important to me. I read my Bible every morning, like blah, 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 blah. But like you do you love whoever you love. I pray to God. It's fine. That's different than, well, I'm a proud conservative Christian. I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
God comes first. Jesus in this house first. Like
Jesus and guns.
You don't care about Jesus. You don't care about Jesus. You don't care about Christianity. You care about identity. You care about owning the libs. That's all you fucking care about. So
have you ever owned
I know
a
that
lib,
there are
though?
differences.
But brother, have you owned a lib before? It's fucking
Curtis
better.
and I have done some
better.
stuff that
That's
I guess
on
you
me.
could say technically at one point I did own a lib.
It's on me.
But
oh God,
do we have more voicemails?
This one's gonna be it'll be a quick one, but I think it'll be meaningful.
Hey, I just wanted to say,
What?
All right, everybody. That's my favorite one so far. I love it. So we're gonna get murdered. That's what I just heard in the laugh.
That was scary, but also titillating.
It started out funny, and then it got scary.
Then I was worried.
Yeah,
that they fell in a hole.
Can I tell you what's great is they called back.
Then I think they dug the hole.
They called back immediately and left a normal voice message, and I'm not gonna play it. That's it. That's the one you get. Everyone gets one. There is there's one good one, I guess, to end on. So here we go.
Let's do it.
Act 4.
Hey, Grant, Drew, and maybe even Alexis. I don't know. My name is Janice, and I'm actually calling from Big Bone Lick State Park on Beaver Street in Union, Kentucky. And I swear to God, this is a real place. Anyways, I have two really quick questions. So I grew up in an evangelical household, and my parents believed in like the quiverful movement, which basically means my mom was always pregnant, and Jesus, like the kids we had, and all that shit. Anyways, I was the oldest daughter, so I basically was raised to be like a mini mom. So instead of like having a childhood, I just like change diapers and clean the house and stuff. And I'm totally perfectly well adjusted as a result of it. But here's my question. So I grew up really believing that like things like self-care were not necessary because it was more important to do whatever needed to be done around the house. And as an adult, I really struggle a lot with like keeping up with like just appearance type stuff, like doing my nails or I don't know, stuff like that, like doing my hair. So Darby, do you have any, Drew, do you have any like recommendations on how to get into giving yourself like a manicure on a regular basis, or at least just taking care of your hands a little bit more. And then I have a second question. My dog is terrified of Darby, Trixie Mattel, and James Mansfield. So can you please explain to my dog that you guys are not evil and he shouldn't try to like attack you through the TV whenever I watch you guys? All right, thank you. Bye.
I think those dogs' instincts are dead on, and I think you need to listen.
We're a threat.
Follow
We're a
them.
threat. No, I have to say, did she say her name?
Yes. And I remember all names that I hear, so I can tell you right now without even looking, is Janice.
Janice. My husband has an Aunt Janice, and they are not fans of her. The entire family, not fans.
I don't know any
Anyway.
Janices that people are fans of. Sorry, Janice.
Well, she didn't come to Jerry's funeral, and we were all a little relieved. Anyway, Janice, thank you so much for the call.
Thanks, Janice.
So let me quickly deal with the dog thing. So I will say, I think it's something about our eyeliner and like the big yellow hair or something, because Maggie, my first dog, when I started drag, hated me in drag. And I don't know.
She grew up in a bad home. There was a bigoted home that was telling her who to hate. And
oh, yeah, I did tell her that this was wrong. As I was doing my makeup, I was like,
this is
evil.
This is so hard to do with all the tears.
Yeah, I think it's something with the eyeliner, because we all have that extreme black eyeliner. And you know, dogs make eye contact, which I think is adorable. I think it's just like, whoa, why are your eyes so big? Who are you?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And I'm a doctor, so you can trust my opinion. Now, the other question.
Only they had a name for
What was the other question? Oh, fuck. What was
like the important question?
Self-care.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this right here, right now, Janice. I think self-care is as much of a process as any other like life-changing habit you want to develop. I think number one, consistency is key. But number two, I think the keychain that key hangs on is starting over. I have days where I started my skincare routine late into my 30s. Almost, very late into my 30s. Grant and I grew up.
I've been telling you for years to take care of that face.
Thank you. Grant and I grew up, we were very lucky. With the exception of a couple years in high school, we've had really good skin our whole lives. And I don't know that I've ever done... No, people ask me all the time. They're like, how you look so young for your age, your skin looks so good. And I say, I didn't wash my face for 35 years. And I think that helped a lot.
Going on
just
41,
really good
baby.
Skin. But what started was just because I was doing so much makeup that I was irritating the skin on my face.
Oh, okay.
And so I started it out of necessity. But then after I found Neo It Girl on
a big
TikTok.
sponsor of ours, Neo It Girl.
I will pay her to talk about her. She is my favorite. She's this stunningly gorgeous trans beauty influencer. She's one of the most... Grant, I'm not kidding you. Look up Neo It Girl. Oh, you can't. You're on your phone.
Yeah, no, I'm not on my phone.
Neo It.
Don't you dare.
Look up Neo It Girl on TikTok. I'm obsessed with her. Okay. She is so hot. She's so funny. Anyway, she actually does a video on her channel, and I think it might be pinned. It may not anymore, but she does men's like everyday makeup. And the guy she puts makeup on, she lives in New York, is someone I put in drag for the first time. Like
against their will.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
They were fighting you the whole time. What is Neo It Girl?
NEOIT Girl. She was recommending these skincare products, and honestly what it was she did like an after makeup routine. Like, here's my skincare routine after I've worn makeup all day. And I was like, oh, I could start doing that, because like my face hurts sometimes when I take my makeup off. So I was like, oh, I could do that. So I honestly just started it out of necessity so I just wouldn't hurt anymore. But now I really enjoy it. And Keke Palmer, when she was promoting One of Them Days, her latest movie was SZA, which, by the way, Grant, I went to the movie theaters to see this movie because I love Keke Palmer so much. I'm not kidding you, Grant. It's laugh out loud funny. Like, I laughed the entire time. I think Keke Palmer's a genius. Anyway, and it's the only time I've seen Cat Williams in a movie and been like, I'm glad Cat Williams was in this. Watch it. Anyway, but she as she was doing the promo for the movie, she's been doing things where she's reviewing beauty products and stuff, and
Yeah.
she said like her self-care, like she loves doing her skincare at night because it's like her alone time with herself. And she's like, I get to like be alone with me, and I like me. And I like to make me feel good, and that's so nice. That's what I get out of it, and that's why I keep going back, because I feel like even if you can't see something about my face is different, I feel so much better. So now, but if I have a bad mental health few days and I don't do anything to my face, guess what? I just start over when I can. So it's not I think the most important part is consistency, but if you don't stay consistent, just start again. That's okay. You don't have to. Just start again. Like the best advice I can give you is just to be nice to yourself and just know that I can try again. I'll start again tomorrow. Also, Beekman 1802. If you can't put anything else on your face, let's say you're having a bad mental health day, you just got out of the shower, which was a miracle in and of itself. Beekman 1802 toner spray. I will at least put that on my face every day when I get out of the shower, and you can't tell me shit once I have that on. So start there. But go to Neo It Girl. She's got great products. She talks about expensive stuff, if that's more of what you're looking for, down to like drugstore stuff. It's really interesting. And honestly, I think just once you start, you just keep going. Now, I know you said manicures. I will tell you, when I do my nails myself. Thank you. I get really high, and I like to do them on the roof in sunlight. I like to do them in natural light so that I can see better. And sometimes they turn out great. Sometimes I don't know what happened. I hope that helps.
So that was just you talking a lot about, this was your self-care answer? It was like get high and do nails and stuff?
Sorry.
No, listen. Janice, it's. I mean, if you like all this stuff, great. That seems really complicated. Self-care.
It's not.
Do you have a good chair to sit in? Maybe start there. Do you have a good chair to sit in?
Actually, he's not wrong. You do need to have your own little area. And if you're manicuring, and let's say you want to manicure on like a table or whatever, so you can't have like a set space, at least have like a set box. Oh, here's my manicure box. Here's my self-care box. Here's my so that you could just, you know what? I can take that out tonight. I'll go sit on the couch and I'll bring this box.
Or your chair. Not doesn't have to be a couch.
Yeah, and also a chair.
Do you have a
penis
good chair?
to vagina? All right, well, that is the end of this episode.
That's got to be it. Brother, this was great. I'm really high, and I haven't experienced this podcast in a linear fashion, so I'm really excited to see what it's going to be like in the edit. I hope I have been stationary.
When do you think you'll be able to start the edit? Because pulling the curtain back, folks, it's Monday night. We're recording this on Monday
night. I'll be fine. I'll snap out of it.
Okay, great. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening.
And patrons, thank you,
Grant,
patrons.
I'll see you on Mars.
All right, buddy.